Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Fine light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I.
Welcome to Thoughts and Teens in Focus. I'm your host, Patricia. Welcome you to another edition of Thoughts and Teens in Focus. Yes, today we have a very special guest, and she's no other than the president of Miss Caricom International Scholarship Pageant. And she'll be telling you more about the pageant. You know I love pageant. You know that I was a model, so I can be able to model and say what is right from what is wrong. But she will tell you more because she is the organizer of all the Miss Caricom Pageant, and she will tell you about the different girls, from which country they came from, and who won the race. And, you know, she will be able to tell you when Patricia Trim wore that crown for Miss Caricom Pageant. So once again, Miss Monica Sanchez, welcome you to Thoughts and Teens. You're not Thoughts or Teen, but you're just right for this occasion. So you will tell us more about your pageant, and you'll be inviting students. I think you're still inviting students to come forth and participate in the pageants that you're having for, it's June or July, June 22nd. So once again, have your say.
Thank you so much for inviting me. You know, I'm not a stranger on your show, and I am a very big admirer of the things that you're doing because you address so much issues in the community that are so important to spotlight on. It's a privilege to be here today. Of course, you know, we are Miss Caricom Foundation. Our Miss Caricom Pageant is one of our fundraisers for the foundation, and we started in 2004 in Georgetown, Guyana. That was our inauguration. Since then, of course, we've had queens from 2004 up to 2018. So we are now 2019, and we're looking for a queen, a new queen. So if you think you fit the bill between 17 and 30, and you think you're a beauty queen material, call us or get online with us. This year we're having our pageant in Queens, New York. It's going to be at Rochdale Village, Inc. Rochdale is a gated community with over 30,000 residents in Queens, New York, and we are working with them because they're a community-based subdivision, and they work a lot with youth. So they invited us to do the pageant there. So we're going to be doing Miss Caricom, and we're also going to be doing a youth Miss Rochdale Village. And this, of course, is going to take place June 22nd, 2019. So it's around the corner, actually.
So what is the criteria to participate in the pageant?
Okay, so the criteria to participate in the pageant is first the age group. The age for Miss Caricom Pageant is 17 to 30. The age for Miss Rochdale is 10 to 16 because they're a junior queen. So this year it's one pageant, two queens. The next criteria is, of course, no kids, no criminal background, and basically just an outstanding person. We do our pageant a little different because we want to focus on the quality of the contestant. And so our talent section of the pageant is a platform presentation, which is a speaking presentation, which helps you to represent yourself publicly, to present yourself publicly, socially. And so this year, the three division of the pageant would be your platform presentation, which would be the talent, a swimwear, which is a beachwear presentation, and evening gown. A little excitement this year because we have a carnival sponsor who will be providing all the delegates with costume on the red carpet. So the delegates this year are going to be in carnival costume on the red carpet this year.
So would they have to find their own clothing or whatever?
Well, a wonderful thing is happening this year. The registration fee for the pageant is usually what holds delegates back from entering the pageant. But this year, because we're working with Rochdale Village, we have scholarship vouchers to cover the registration fee. So the contestant this year do not have to come out of pocket with that registration fee. It would be a voucher covered by Rochdale Village. So that's an incentive alone to be a contestant in this year's pageant, because it doesn't happen often. As you know, that's the most commitment that the contestant have. So this year, the delegates' only requirement would be to provide that $45 for their sash fee. But the sponsorship fee for the pageant, for them to enter the pageant, is being given to them as a scholarship voucher. So that's the very first gift that they're getting even before we get to the competition.
Also, they will have to be providing their own clothing?
Well, this year, we had a lot of prom dress giveaway. So there were a lot of gowns that are still there from the prom dress giveaway. So there are a few gowns that some of the organizations still have. So the contestants who are not able to find their own gowns, we will help them in selecting a gown from this batch of gowns that we have, beautiful gowns that we still have. So basically, the delegate will only have to provide their swimwear, and they would have to have their business attire for their platform presentation. So this year is a very good year to enter the pageant, because a lot of the overhead expense, which the gown is one of the most expensive thing, and the entrance fee are being covered or being provided or being taken care of. So it's a good year to enter the pageant this year. Of course, it's June 22nd, so it's around the corner. It's in Queens, New York. And you can find us on the web at misscaricom.com, or you can call us at 347-766-6584. That's 347-766-6584. Of course, you can email us at missip@gmail.com. That's MISS, C as in cat, I as in ink, P as in Peter, @gmail.com. And you can get all the information. But we're all over the web, so as long as you put in Miss Caricom, you just have to put in Miss Caricom and we will pop right up, and the information about the pageant will also pop right up.
So with this pageant here, you have the criteria, you have the motivation, you have the gifts. What will be so everybody will be getting that package, or the educational package, or they have a special thing that they will receive besides the educational package?
Well, the first step is the registration. So every single delegate that register and enter the pageant gets this first scholarship voucher, which covers their registration. So that's the first gift they receive. For the night of the pageant and the contest of itself, there are other gifts. For example, there is a trip to Miami Carnival, there's a trip to Trinidad Carnival, there's another trip to Canada Carnival, and there's also a trip to Walt Disney for the younger queen. We have luggage sets, television sets, cash prize, and trophy, of course, and there are other gifts. There are more. These are the gifts that are confirmed right now, and there will be more gifts because, as you know, all gifts to the pageant are donated by sponsors. So as our sponsorship grows, our gift packages will grow. But right now, confirmed gifts that we have are the 3 trips. We have television, luggage, computer, cash prizes, gift baskets, trophy, of course, and crowns and sashes, and it continues to grow.
Go get that gift, Miss Pageant. Go get that gift, Getting these gifts is wonderful because you just come out and be a part of your Miss Caricom Pageant. Monica, tell us something more about the past pageants that you had experience with, of your queens in the pageant in different countries.
Well, I have to tell you, this has been an exciting journey. You know, like the roller coaster at Coney Island. You go up, you come down, you laugh, you cry. It has been something else. This pageant started in 2004. You know, we took Danny Glover, the superstar, the UNICEF ambassador, to Guyana in 2004. And oh, what a ride it was. At that time, I had Miss Baggett, who was awesome in trying to accomplish this goal. And we went to Guyana for 5 days. Of course, you know, Guyana is secretariat to Caricom. So it was so important for us to launch this pageant in Guyana. And I have to say, it was a fantastic event. Mr. Glover went to Guyana, and of course, people just love him. And, you know, Guyana was very good to us. We had an extremely wonderful time. The contestants were there for 5 days. They had a ball. Of course, we visited hospitals and educational facilities and government facilities. And of course, they did some of the cultural stuff because, as you know, Guyana is nice, right? We have the marketplace, and it was a lot of fun. Of course, Miss Grenada won. And at that time, when we started the pageant, we wanted to establish a pageant that we were talking about 18 years ago. So 18 years ago, I decided that, hey, look, we need to have something for our girls. And so that was how I birthed this pageant. Since then, it has been one whirlwind after another. We had another pageant in Montserrat. And most people may not know where Montserrat or what Montserrat is, but Montserrat is, they call it the volcano country. It's a British territory, and they had a little issue there where the government, the Queen of England sent her little warship, and 80,000 people left, around that number left to go to England, and maybe 15,000 residents stayed on the island. And so she told them that, listen, in order for you guys to continue to function, you need to prove that you have commerce. Commerce, I guess, traveling back and forth on the island to show that people were still on the island and they were doing business. So the minister came up here to ask for help. I met him at Borough Hall, and we jumped on and says, oh, yeah, we're going to help. So we're going to do the pageant in Montserrat. It was, I have to tell you, it was a fabulous journey that full of rocks and bumps. Anyway, we did the pageant in Montserrat, and a network came, and they launched their network with our pageant, showing it in 20 Caribbean countries. Over 30 million people saw that pageant. We spent 5 days. It was awesome. So you have to say Miss Caricom Pageant actually saved the country, because in our length of time that we spent there, we took over 86 people to the island, and that was over the quota that they had. So we're responsible for them still being functioning, you know. It has been many things. Of course, we had a pageant at the famous Apollo Theater because we're in America and we're in New York, and that was also mind-blowing to have an event at the Apollo Theater. It was fabulous. You know, Ms. Shrim, you've been involved in some of the events that we have, and it's not only the pageants that we do. You know, we do other events, social events that in the community. A lot of events were birthed out of this event that we do. And the girls, the queens that we've had Miss Grenada was the first one. We've had Miss Belize, we've had Miss Jamaica, Miss Trinidad, Miss Barbados, Miss Haiti, Miss Jamaica. We've had Barbados again. We had Guyana, and we had, of course, Trinidad, and we're waiting to have a Miss Antigua or a Miss Bermuda. So this year we're seeing maybe we'll have a Miss Puerto Rico or Miss Brazil or Panama is also very attracting in this pageant. So we'll see who will be the queen right now.
So when would you take back the pageant to the first island, the first country that it was birthed in?
I'm telling you, you know, Guyana being secretariat to Caricom, we've been away 18 years, so no, 15, right? I'm so confused. It's been so many years. I think it's 15 years since 2004. But of course, now is the time to go back next year because we're thinking about it because now, of course, we're rich now. Guyana has oil. So this is the time. Maybe we'll get Exxon to sponsor the pageant next year in Guyana. Won't that be nice?
That would be wonderful.
We'll fly you in with a private jet to come and cover the event.
Okay, Monica, we know all about Monica. We know all about the Caricom Pageant. Tell us something about you now.
Well, you know, I'm a retired state correction officer. My last post was Sing Sing Prison. And, I wear many hats, but I used to drive an armored car too. But now this is my baby now. This foundation is my baby. And this year we're addressing mental wellness because it's a personal issue with me. I don't know how many people know, but I have 2 sons and a daughter. And in 2001, my daughter had a nervous breakdown. And she hasn't been the same. And in this journey, I've discovered, I've had firsthand fights with mental wellness. I still am having that fight with mental wellness. And I've had to adopt my 3 grandchildren. And, God is good all the time. The last one is 16 now. And he wasn't even born at the time. And it has been a journey. It has been a struggle. It has been such an emotional battle. And I think that I take my hat off to the First Lady of New York, who is addressing this issue and who has brought this issue into the spotlight, because I feel like many families suffer silently with this, especially families of color. Folks suffer so much with this because we come from a cultural background where mental wellness was something that was looked at as a shame or a laziness or something like that. I guess is going way back in our culture where we started, where if you didn't perform physically, you were lazy. So any distraction, be it medical or whatever, said that you were lazy. So they always dismiss it if a person wasn't acting like they should, that they're lazy. And I personally experienced that even in this era with my daughter. Because, when you are depressed and when you're suffering from mental wellness, you want to sleep, you're antisocial, you don't want to mix, like you're almost hiding in a dark place. And so I've had people tell me she's lazy, she just wants me to raise her kids. I mean, you fight personal emotions, you fight public emotions, you fight invisible emotions, you're fighting with yourself. You go through such a struggle and you do all of this alone. So, and this is a disease. This is an illness. This is not something that anybody wants. Anyone who study any kind of medical field understand that we all have this weak genes. And, there are things that trigger it at a young age. And it just so happened that she was 21. She was still in that bracket between 14 to 28, they say. And so she was a very sheltered child because, of course, she's my only daughter. And so, but we're covering that this year. And I'm sorry to get off the topic, but it's a...
Well, it's good to talk about mental illness because that is an issue that is around the world, an issue in America, and I'm sure there's a big issue in Guyana that they are not even focusing on that because we treat mental ill people very bad. We will beat them, we will do them all kind, but we weren't educated about mental illness, how it happened. But now that people are speaking out, I do hope that Guyana has that territory that they are dealing with the mental illness. Even those that they throw into the prison, sometimes they are going through mental illness and they do anything, but there is no proper care or no proper thing because of lack of education. And as you said, lack of education in Guyana is causing the school system to break down, the community to break down, and teachers are leaving, nurses are leaving, so lack of education, because if education is being taught the way that it's supposed to be taught, we'll know how precious is our country. We might not have been here too because we would have been there, but because of lack of education. And now we come out to a new environment and be seeing what it is, you know, especially those who come before, went to other country, they are so enthroned in that country culture that it's very hard for them to go back to their culture because of not having the facilities and the things that is needed. Because although our country might be the richest country in the world, with all its gold, its diamond, its manganese, its minerals, its forestry, and all those things that we have, but yet still we don't have the uses of it because we don't even know how to manufacture the things, and that is it. We have the best vegetable that you could think again, but yet still no factories to utilize these things so people will be able to get. And because of not having jobs and, you know, creating problems for family, it affect the children mentally. It affect the family mentally. You sit down there and you're wondering, how can I eat? What can I do? You know, then next thing you go, you steal. Next thing you know, you get thrown in the prison. Next thing you know, you come out back, there's nobody, they call you jailbird. Nobody want to accept you. The names that has been thrown in Guyana society, they call you by names. If you bigger, you a crook, that's the name that you give you. So names planted on people keep them into that way. It's like an evil spirit that you plant in someone's life, and you keep calling them that name. But lack of education, I say again, that is not bringing the right answer into our culture. So mental illness is a stigma that is in Guyana, and it's not being given the attention that it's really need. And we might have it here too, but at least the society here, the community here is taking it at hand, because if it wasn't for that, your daughter would have been like on the streets, because you would have listened to people and all the way like that. But thank God, mental illness in America is something that they are putting their foot down, and I congratulate whoever the person that started mental illness. So your platform this year is mental illness, and I'm sure many of these contestants who will be taking part have some family, uncle, auntie, grandmother who have got this type of disease or discomfort that is affecting them in their life. So I know that you went to different places, Apollo, to the different Caricom countries to make your name out there. What more do you want to do to make a bigger impression on the society that could elevate our young people?
Well, you know, Miss Caricom, to end off the mental wellness thing, I just want to say that, you know, it's a wonderful thing that the spotlight is now on it. And my daughter is in a lot of different programs because that's the benefit of out here. And I hope that Guyana, now that the spotlight is on it, would act a little bit more in putting things in place. You know, Miss Caricom Foundation has grown into a monster, and I'm so proud. In 2017, I got a commission from UNESCO for UNESCO Institute of Fashion Education, because, you know, just like you, I like the fashion thing, and I've been down this road for many, many years. So we've got a commission on the UNESCO Institute of Fashion Education, so we've been developing that. And basically, you know, UNESCO is a community-based UN club that wants to develop grassroots communities. So we've actually extended to Nigeria, and we've worked with another group there in Nigeria. And we have been able to graduate over 400 people in Nigeria. We recently partnered with someone in Senegal, Dakar, who just had a big event, and we're hoping to do something. They have over 3,000 widowers there. And I just recently went to Guyana, and I'm back in love with my country. So like you said, I'm trying to worm my way back into Guyana. So I'm looking to launch a UNESCO Institute of Fashion Education in Guyana. Right now I'm working on the plans. We've already located 10 acres of land. We already have a small building on there, and we're trying to do that. What it is, you know, Ms. Trim, when one isn't in power, when one feels hopeless, that's part of the invitation for depression to come in. When you don't have an outlook to see where you're going or feel in power as to being alive, this is one of the things that encourage depression. Depression is a part of mental wellness that takes us down that dark alley. So I feel that, you know, young and old, but especially the youths, need that encouragement to be empowered for us to promote them. One is a formal education, but two is actually support. Mm-hmm. Support to get them to that place where they can feel like I'm somebody. You know, when you feel lost, like nobody cares, no interest. You know, I always say that America has age limits for driving, for incarceration as an adult or juvenile. They have distinction, and one of the reasons why I feel they have that is because you have to be at a certain level in order to know as right from wrong, or to know a certain amount of issues in life to deal with. And you have to have that knowledge. So here we have the nurturing of primary. We have from kindergarten, and we go through different stages where you have such good structure in the educational system that nurtures that person into a good development. That's what we're lacking in Guyana and places like that.
You know, when I first started my program in Guyana, it was this lacking. It was like a child get raped, it was like a talk of the tongue, it was like something to rejoice about, and all the way like that. And I took that task because I saw a girl got raped in my yard. And I went downstairs with a rolling pin to represent her. They could do me what they want to do me too. But you know what? I sat down there and I said, I had a shop. And every person who come, Miss Patsy this, Miss Patsy that. I was like, you come in and telling me all these things. So there's where I get involved with the community, get involved with children, because people were just treating children bad. I remember when I went to the police, one of those inspectors, whatever the name, and I was talking, say, you know, these children are getting raped. What y'all going to do about it? Oh, Miss Trim, don't worry with that. The young girls like it. I said, no, they don't. You like to do it to them. That is why. Yeah. And they have no one that they can talk to, you know. And I said, look, the only way that we could get them out of this state of darkness is to bring them into the light. And by doing a television program and telling them you are now a role model, forget about the past, they now become a role model. And that is what, when I started my, I have over 100 and something, like 200, because I attacked all the schools. All the schools I went to, and I attacked them, because bring these children to light so that they'll know. Once they see themselves on television one time, that is where they're going to develop themselves, and they're where they're going to make themselves. Even the council general was here. She was part of the different events that I used to give, right? And I came up here and I started doing the same thing, which I had a big crowd, a set of children. But after I injured myself, you know, I wasn't able to do the things that I would like to do. But with me now, I'm trying to get back there, taking injection in my spine, in all part of my body to really get back there. I would like to go forward now and continue the Tots and Teens program and bring it back to life, because people still ask me, if you're still doing it, if you're going to continue doing it. But I remember when I first came and I started doing it, the schools was not doing these things. A lot of teachers was come to the program. Next thing you know, the schools started doing the television, but they didn't keep up. They started doing the program with like how boys should talk to girls, the courtesy. They got a name that they call it. They used to do it every Saturday or some kind of thing, but then they stopped with it. So there are things that we out there can teach the schools and get them involved, that they can able to teach the children and make them be more, because the community can bring it in and it could be adopted. But I will hope to see that they'll bring it back, you know, young boys respecting girls and girls respecting boys. So I forgot the name that they would call it, but we would call it, my name was Miss Tots and Teens Pageant. So, you know, it is a community. Your work, my work, and everybody else's work putting in can build a nation and change the foundation of things that is going on, and even help to change the mental illness capacity that they have here now, because lack of not having parental guidance, not knowing what to do, these are the things I mean, a lot of programs they have, but sometimes I wonder why so much programs and yet still so much disturbance among the young people. What is it that they're not doing right? What is it that they're not giving them? I was in the after school program what they call Beacon, and I went there and it was like this one screaming at that child, that one screaming at the child, this child screaming. So I said, no, you can't scream at them like that. You send them crazy. You send them crazy. Some of people, and because not every child have that capacity to take people shouting at them, they feel very unhappy because you're screaming at them. Some of them can't take the screaming. And that will make them go into mental this, and because we, the community, cause it on the children. And we, the community, need to come out now and make an effort. And no screaming, no shouting. They get emotional effect. You got to talk to them nice. Let them know they are pretty. Let them know they have the qualities. They are beautiful.
Empowerment.
Yes. And if we give them that type of assurance, I think that the whole society can change. Because if it changed in Guyana where everybody was being think it can change anywhere. I do hope that one day I go back to Guyana, I see the young people take up that post and give it, because it can change. It can change if we give it attention. It can change. Just because we give attention to bad things and it develops, we can give attention to good things and it can develop. So Monica, it was now nice talking with you and having information about Miss Caricom Pageant. I just wish you the best and success on this Miss Caricom Pageant Scholarship Pageant. And you young people out there, you want something good, something to make you feel good, because when you become a role model, you can share the whole world and the whole world will be looking at you. So go out there, get more information for the Miss Caricom Pageant. You can call Monica. I think she gave us information about what to do, and to able to have the Miss Caricom Pageant is between 17. Miss Caricom is between 17 to 30 years. So you young women, you all have the opportunity to continue, even if you didn't get it in your 17 years, your 8, 17. And then I have Miss Rochdale. That's a new part. That's the teens. That's the Tots and Teens part.
Yes.
Right? And that is from 10 to 16. So go out there and just make us feel proud. I'll be there with the camera shooting you too. So make us feel proud and pray that my back is good and I can make it.
We're going to have to send somebody to come and get you. You know, Ms. Trim, I want to say that I've encountered some of your teens that went through your hand, and I want to congratulate you on what a wonderful job you're doing with the Tots and Teen. You said that you used to do and you want to get back, but you know, you are a trailblazer. You are a legend. You are an icon in this Tots and Teen young people, because many people may not know that you give a lot of children opportunities. You brought them out from Guyana to nice programs here. And we've run into some of your teens who are now young people, and they always comment on the foundation, being with you, being exposed with the things that you've done for them, that shaped them into the people that they are right now. So you have left your mark. You know, you're one of those who started the trend, one of the people that were there in the beginning. You know, so my hat's off to you. I want you to know that what you have done, you've left your mark in many, many lives, and it shows because they're wonderful people. I've even had one as a contestant in my pageant. So, you know, congratulations again on what you do too.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Monica. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us food for thought with Miss Caricom Pageant. I was there the first one. I was there in the midst of some of them.
Some of our queens, right? Some of our queens.
Some of our queens, I think
right,
I have
they're
them
here too. Yeah, they're on this here too.
Some of the queens that are here. So if you know yourself, if you were 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, please come out. Your name is still there, and you're still blazing on the poster. So come out on the show and show yourself. Some of you might get children. Bring out the kids and let them get to know they too can be Miss Caricom Pageant, just like their mother. So once again, thank you, Monica. And from Tots and Teens, we say bye. From Tots and Teens with Patricia Trim and Monica Sanchez, Miss Caricom Pageant President.